Welcome back, everyone, to another Prize Picks Taco Tuesday episode of Major Money. And today we're going to do it a little bit differently. Typically, I just pick whatever 3 picks I like on the board. But being a big Miami Heat fan and a lot of viewers and supporters being Heat fans as well, there's a pretty big game going on today. It's Milwaukee versus Miami in-season tournament. Gotta have it for the in-season tournament, as well as they're playing Damian Lillard. And anytime now they play Damian Lillard in the Bucks, already a little rivalry there, but it means a little bit extra. We want to get those wins, and I believe we will. So I'm going to pick 3 squares specifically from this game. And one cool thing is I've not seen it, and I don't see it here, but on the app, if you use it on your phone, on your smartphone, it lets you choose specific games. So when I was looking for specific plays for this game, I could filter it to where I was only seeing specific games here. Let's see if I can get it to show. You can kind of see it where it only shows specific games. So if you are looking for for example, I wanted to do Miami, Milwaukee, I could filter it. I only see all those picks. It's not player by player or team by team. It's game by game. So if you think, hey, like the Pacers are playing, for example, that's a team I always think about that lets up a lot of points and a lot of stats. You can filter it down to them. Or if there's a big game coming up and you want to be a part of that and have wagers on either side, you can choose that. Now, as always, we're going to start with new member offer. Play $5, get $50 instantly if you use the code 5. That's FIVE. And that is a great offer to use, especially on Tuesdays. You can see we have Taco Tuesdays right now. And for the next 12 minutes, you have just barely a little bit of time. Julius Randle over 15.5 points. That is the Taco discount going on right now. You see hit 5 of the last 5 there. Playing Houston, I think this is a really, really good square. Sometimes we get squares that I don't love as much. I love this square. I think Julius Randle is a very underrated player in a lot of people's eyes, and he puts up very consistent numbers. So I like this Julius Randle square, and I think he's going to smash this, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to be a sweat. So this is one of those where I can fully endorse the square. But like I said, we are going to only pick Miami versus Milwaukee, and you can pair it with this Julius Randle. And like I've been saying ever since football season started, they typically, the last taco of the day is a NFL square. And the taco discount won't be the best value. You still have 2 days left to use the Tyreek Hill discount for Turkey Day or Thanksgiving. All he has to do is catch 1 pass for 1 yard, basically, over 1 receiving yard or 0.5 receiving yards. And we all know he is going to hit that, smashes it every single time. Even in a down year, he's always getting a catch. Like everyone knows that. So speaking of too, it's not just that square that has for Thanksgiving. They are letting everyone feast on a lot of things. So like today they gave out a free $10 play. And they have had discounts and special things every single day leading up. I think starting yesterday and then today, and going to have a couple more for Thanksgiving. So be looking out for those. And when you sign up, use that new member offer of code 5. But without further ado, let's jump into my picks today, and I'll pull them out. They kept changing the picks while I was on it. So let's hope these are all available. First one is going to actually be an under. And look, I squeezed in good value. They've changed it all the way down to 11 points. It was at 12 when I got it. And I literally submitted this about not even 10 minutes ago. Terry Rozier under points. Now, he is coming back from his first game. He missed a couple from a nagging foot injury that supposedly has been bothering him for a while. That's a little interesting. But I'll still take it at 11. You can see he's only hit 11 2 of the last 5. He has just not been great this year, to say the least, especially in the scoring department and efficiency. I think that'll continue. Since he is coming back from injury, I would not be surprised that if this gets out of hand one way or the other. He might not play many minutes at all, and that is another avenue that I like, and I think that's why a lot of people are playing the under, and that's why it's moved a whole point in about 10 minutes or so. I think people are starting to catch on. I would be surprised if he starts too. Miami Heat, he has been starting, but the Miami Heat are been on a run, and the starting lineup has looked much, much better since he's been out with a different lineup. So I would be surprised if he starts. I don't think he's going to play as many minutes as he normally does. I think this is a pretty comfortable under. My next one, and I'm actually going to go 3 heat picks today. So obviously you can't play only the same team. So you'll have to pair it up with this Julius Randle taco discount if you like all these picks. But I'm going the new culture carrier, well, he's kind of new, Bam Adebayo. He's been struggling with his shot recently, but one thing has not been struggling with, and let's see if it's still up here. Oh, wow, they took it away. Like I said, they kept taking away all of my picks, but it was at 10.5 rebounds for Bam. And I think that was a great line, and that's probably why they took it away. You can get the Demon for 12.5, or you can get the Goblin for 9.5. Both of those lines aren't too bad. Let's look at his defensive rebounds. We'll just, for the sake of major money to keep it up, we will just play his defensive rebounds of over 7.5. He is elite on the defensive glass. The Heat as a whole actually aren't good on defensive rebounds as a whole. When Bam's on the floor, they actually jump into, I believe, the top 10. When he's not, they're in like the bottom 5. So that just shows you his value. He plays also Giannis, one of the best in the NBA, if not the best, in my opinion. He is the best defender on Giannis in the whole NBA. So I think, especially for defensive rebounds, I think he's going to force a little bit more missed shots than Giannis typically has. He is always crashing the glass. He knows his role. He is very consistent in his rebounding numbers, and I feel very confidently, especially with the matchup and with the Bucks, who have been very hit or miss, very emotional game. I do think the Bucks bring out something in the Miami Heat. They've had several playoff battles, and I think this is a big game, especially for the in-season tournament, which I believe means a little bit more than we thought originally when it was announced. I believe it does mean a little bit something to the players. So I really like this Bam Adebayo. His 10.5 rebounds, I loved. 7.5 defensive boards, I still like. But if sometimes the props come back. So if that 10.5 pops back up, I would snatch that up. But for the sake of the show, we will go 7.5 defensive rebounds. Next, and last but not least, he is the Miami Heat's best player when they are playing their best ball. And I love this line. I was originally going to play actually 4.5 assists, and I was going to play it over, but that was taken away right before as well, and they've added it back at 5. I'll just show you quick things there. I think with the matchup, Jimmy Butler is going to have a lot of dishing opportunities, so getting paint touches and dishing it out. But when I was looking, I found this line that I'm going to go with for the show. 6 free throws made. Now, he has hit this the past 2 times in 3 of the last 5, but it's more the mentality that we've seen in Jimmy Butler's game recently. He has been playing bully ball, and when Jimmy Butler's at his best, he is playing bully ball. And he, broken record, big, important game, he knows they need a lot from him. So I think he's going to be able to dish it out, because I think he's going to get paint touches and they're going to collapse. And the Bucks do have several big bodies. But with that, I think he also is going to get a lot of free throw attempts. He's not afraid to hit someone in the chest, and that is how he gets a lot of his free throws. He also has a pretty good pump fake that a lot of people jump for. He has been getting to the line at will. And this is made free throws, and he's been shooting one of the worst of his career from the free throw line and not how he normally is. So it would almost be better to have a free throws attempted, because, for example, in the game, he made 11. I believe he shot 16 or 17. So he's getting to the line a ton as of late. And I really like this for the matchup. Think back to the playoffs series that Jimmy's gone nuclear in. He just brings out something for teams he doesn't like and also players he likes. So that could kind of go two ways. Damian Lillard's on the other team. He doesn't like the Bucks, right? There's been a rivalry ever since Jimmy's got here. He steps up for the Bucks. Then him and Dame really wanted to play with each other. So he has two little avenues he could go to get really motivated for this game. Kind of similar to with Philly with Kyle Lowry and then Dallas with Kyrie Irving. There's been history with all those things there. I think he will shatter this. I would not be surprised if he gets 15 free throw attempts in this game. I think he is going to be looking to facilitate and looking to get to the line. I think those are the two things he is going to be looking to do in this game. He's going to be looking to calm the offense and just play bully ball. So with that, let's recap my 3 picks here. Terry Rozier, 11 points under. Bam Adebayo, 7.5 defensive rebounds over. And then we're going Jimmy Butler, 6 free throws made. And like I said, when you play that, use the code 5, get $50 instantly. Then Julius Randle, you have this taco here that you can pair it all with. And then you get some good value here. You can get a 10x if you want to play. The risky way of a power play, you have to hit all 4. Or if you want to play it a little bit safer, you don't get as big of a payout. But if only one misses, then you would make 0.5, which is not really much, but at least you get your money back. So with that, let's steal some money from PrizePicks. Let's enjoy these big in-season tournament games today. I think we'll be in for a treat. Let's watch the Heat get this W, and we'll see y'all Friday with Ross for our major money weekend picks as well for Flex Friday and our family plays that we have been absolutely killing recently. So don't miss our episode Friday around 6. We'll see y'all then.